Hey howdy hey everyone. Welcome to You'd Better Ask Brian, once again. The show where I, Brian the Bunny Rabbit, answer the viewers' questions. That includes you too. Alright, without further ado, let's get started with the first question. Steve Niles asks, have you heard of Skillicious with Fruit Shoot H2O? Yes I have. It is a quite decent program for CITV as soon it got revamped in late 2009. A stunt and dare show presented by Nigel Clark, and Blue Peter's Zoe Salmon. And yes, there are a few lots of footage of this on the internet, so all's not lost. Daniel Russell has two questions for me. Will there be a spiritual successor to Mayday 51's TV burp? I'm afraid not. But at least our friend Oscar Barnett has recently confirmed to us that he will bring back his version of TV Burp sometime in 2022, which celebrates the 20th anniversary of the original TV Burp format despite the fact that the pilot was broadcast in 2001. Better than nothing, I guess. Should the other Mayday 51 mascots get their own series, and what would they be known as? Originally on one of our press releases, there was going to be a series featuring some of us as young kids, called, Brian's Kitten Years. That never got made in the end though. Never mind. Olivier Tomica asks, what's your opinion on Little B? It was a thriving idea for ITV to do a new preschool block after a few years, with NG Benji coming back on our screens, and other shows like Sooty, Florrie's Dragons, Pip Ahoy, and Pingu in the City. Which is a very good reboot, by the way. It looks like Paul Robertson under the name Stanley Fan 2005 has 5 more questions. What's your favorite episode of Finley the Fire Engine? I don't have one, but it's alright for my liking. What's your favorite Pixar film? All of the Toy Story films, including the recent 4th installment you all know about. What's your favorite series of Fireman Sam? The classic series for the win. The 2005 remake from Serial was pretty good too. What's your opinion on Only Fools and Horses? Very funny, and the comedy writing was top class. And what's your favorite Thomas the Tank Engine song? Accidents will happen, and every cloud has a silver lining. Joseph Isted, under his Thomas's Love Thomas's Life account, asks, do you think Universal should release Pingu on DVD in the UK? No, it's never going to happen. Only Mattel holds the rights to that, so that announcement you made there sure enough, is fake. Moving on now. The next 4 questions come from UV. What's your opinion on Rocket Boy and Doro? It's great, and it's one of the last ever productions from Cosgrove Hall Films, along with Postman Pat's special delivery service. Did you know that Nickelodeon and Viacom acquired Paws Incorporated? The company behind Garfield and US Acres. I think I did hear about that before from somewhere. Do you remember Disney's House of Mouse? Oh yes I do. The show that brings all your favorite Disney characters from the films and Mickey's gang to a restaurant, with plenty of entertainment to follow. Do you also remember Disney Cinemagic? Yes, that was a subscription channel where you'd watch full-length Disney films, and episodes of Recess. I think I remember seeing both Recess and Aladdin on there once when I was visiting someone else's house. Sophie Hansel asks, have you ever heard of the Canadian band Klaatu? There was a rumor saying that they were the Beatles, but they aren't. Oh really? That's not at all good is it? No, I haven't heard of them at all, and I wasn't aware of that either. Thanks for giving me the information anyway. Louis Walkden has 5 quizzical questions for me to answer now. This'll be good. Are the film fair programs getting hold by Cookie Jar Group and DHX Media? Yes they have, for many years, since Chinar bought the library in the late 90s. However, I've noted that some of their other works like Edward and Friends, and The Legends of Treasure Island, are not claimed by them on the internet. Who are the voice actors and their characters in PB Bear and Friends? Well, there's PB Bear himself and his troublesome cousin Rudy Bear, who only appeared in one episode. They're both played by child actor Dan de Montagnac. Roscoe the Rabbit, Bob the Duck, and the Penguin, are played by Paul Besterman. Millie the Monkey and Dixie the Dog are played by Maria Darling. Dermot the dog is played by Phil Nice, who was also in Who Dares Wins and The Inbetweeners. And the stories are wonderfully narrated by Kate Harbour, of Bob the Builder fame. Who are Bill and Bernie in number time? Well, Bill is like a multicolored bird who can spit out numbers or anything he wants, and Bernie's a cat. Scar, Simba, Nala, and Mufasa appear in which Disney animated film? The Lion King, of course. And Nasher is a pet belonging to which Beano character? Dennis the Menace. Oscar Barnett asks, did you have a favorite moment while making TV Burp at all? Oh, we've had lots of favorite moments throughout the whole series when it comes to throwing random parties, having to write great scripts that'll always work perfectly for the audience, and getting into all sorts of mayhem for whatever comes round the bend in the studio. It was great fun, and it always has been. Rob Chuckle has 5 more questions. What's your opinion on Lavender Castle? It's a great Jerry Anderson series made by Cosgrove Hall and Carrington Productions International for CITV, and I've done the video about how the idea of Lavender Castle came about, as an episode of TV Offal. You can check that out on YouTube if you want. Who's your favorite character in Bip Bop? Bip and Bop themselves. What do you think about Wally? Which Wally are you referring to? I don't know. What's your favorite pet about Monty the dog? Your favorite pet? I think I'd switch that to his favorite thing. Eating chocolate biscuits. And what do you think of Bill and Ben? Another great Cosgrove Hall series for the BBC, a remake of the original Watch with Mother program. Wilder Wonka has 4 questions. What do you think of Rocco's Modern Life? Quite a good generic Nicktoon from the 90s, which also aired on Channel 4, in case you didn't know. What's your favorite song from Sly and the Family Stone? I haven't heard of them, I'm afraid, so I don't know. Does anybody know where the Ben and Holly pilot is? I swear I did find it during the past decade, but unfortunately, the current answer is, no. And do you like Radiohead? They're alright. JPD Dude Marble M asks, do you have any Bob the Builder DVDs? Yes, I have quite a lot of them. Scoops Saves the Day, Speedy Skip, Teamwork Challenge, Feast of Fun, The Great Race and Scoop the Disco Digger, Chip Off the Old Block, Let's Scrambler to the Rescue, On-Site Homes, and Playgrounds, The Legend of the Golden Hammer, and most recently, Bob the Builder Live, which I also own on VHS. Oh, and I almost forgot, this promotional DVD from the Daily Mail, containing 3 episodes. Lurkin Wooster has 5 more questions to ask now. Who currently owns the ownership rights to Christopher Crocodile? I don't know, but I do remember that the co-creator of Lavender Castle, Rodney Matthews, reckons that his and Jerry's series is still owned by NBC Universal and DreamWorks. And like with other shows, albeit that remains in their library for the same reason. Which is the best series to be produced by Mike Joyce and Mix Pix Productions. All of them, Bip Bop, Marvin, Christopher Crocodile, and Monkeys. And did you know, Mike Joyce also did animation on a Channel 4 series called The Secret Life of Machines. Presented by Tim Hunkin, who also did the animation with him, and the latex Brum operator, Rex Garrett. Is the late 90s version of the first 2 series of Pingu good, or bad? I don't have an opinion on that, but I still highly recommend the original version to be better than that. Well, at least series 3 and 4 are still the same when Hit Entertainment bought the rights anyway, but without the original end cap saying, Pingu Film Studio Switzerland. Repeats on CBeebies will always have the original content retained. Does Hit Entertainment consider some of their past shows like Percy the Park Keeper, Rubber Dubbers and Dennis the Menace to be old shame since the 2010s? Probably, because they're not often into advertising them much back then, unless they're called Bob the Builder or Thomas the Tank Engine. And speaking of which, what's your favorite episode of Thomas? I don't know really, the list goes on and on. There's too many to name. The next 4 questions come from our best friend Jack Williams. What's your favorite episode of Not a VHS Opening You Would Expect, created by Charlie Wrigley? I don't watch that, so I don't have one. Do you enjoy doing the bright lunch rap? Oh yes, me and Brianna always enjoy doing the bright lunch rap. And I'm especially impressed to know the younger viewers at home are copying the dance moves with us at times. Have you ever watched the opening to Thomas and the Magic Railroad on VHS? Yes I have, and like what First Independent would do, they added in some adverts for Magic Stars and the Thomas Big Loader playset, which is pretty cool. And who are your favorite characters in Chucklevision? Why, Paul and Barry themselves. Alberto Canetto has 4 more questions. What do you think of the 2018 Polly Pocket series? Never seen it, never will. Have you ever heard of Cartoon Network 2? Yes I have, that's a good channel with a variety of both old and new cartoons from the Warner Brothers library. What's your opinion on Lilo and Stitch the TV series? It's alright. And do you like Tiny Pop? I'd rather prefer Tiny Pop as it used to be during the past decade. And before it became Tiny Pop, it was originally called Pop Plus. Which had other shows like Phantomcat, Bimble's Bucket, The Animal Shelf, Archie's Weird Mysteries, and many more. Joshua Wilkins asks, have you heard of The Secret Life of Toys? Yes I have, that was produced by Jim Henson Productions, and it aired on CBBC in the 90s. Another Jim Henson production for CBBC was The Animal Show, with Stinky and Jake. Elite Brothers asks, will Brian and Brianna's Bright Lunch and You'd Better Ask Brian still be uploading onto YouTube? I think you're watching it now mate. Classic VHS Museum has 5 questions. Would you consider uploading all your VHS tapes onto archive.org? I would do, yes. Do you like Pikachu? Oh yes. He's the main one of all the Pokemon to exist who can strike bolts at others when being in a battle. Pikachu, I choose you. Have you heard about the Simpsons Series 19 DVD coming out? No I haven't. What's your opinion on Disney's Zootropolis? It's alright. And do you play on the Nintendo Switch? Oh heck yes. I love playing games that I like that's available for it, like Super Mario Odyssey, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, the recent Super Mario Maker 2, and many more. The last 4 questions come from VeryTV. Are Bright Lunch videos still going to be uploaded? Yes, I doubt they will. The show will still last for as long as it will for years to come. What are your thoughts on Ed and Out Show's YouTube series that came out recently? Well about time they came back, but I've not seen it yet, unfortunately. Did you ever watch The Secret Show back when it was on CBBC? Yes I did, it's alright for my liking. And finally, I've heard that there was a special feature that plays after real-life action at the building site talking about how bricks are made. Do you think you can upload that? Once more, I've never caught sight of anything after that, so I don't know. Time's up. That's all we've got time for I'm afraid. Remember to send me more questions in the comments and online, and I'll see you next week for more questions. Cheerio.